Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Teardown, where in the previous video more voxels destroyed, more lag, and also, luckily, another 5-star challenge completed, specifically the Marina Mayhem challenge. We destroyed 1,079,524 voxels, giving us a 5-star rating. Let's continue on and try the Villa Garden map. Now, I'm not very confident with this one at all, mainly because of its size, and I fear that, like a lot of the other Villa Garden maps, you have to basically use the vehicles to their full extent, and as we've seen, when we start to actually do the run, it basically goes all to hell and lags out, so we can't really drive many cars. Either way, let's have a quick look around the map. I should choose tab here. Obviously, at the top we have our standard truck with all of the demo in it, so that is several of these propane canisters, followed by the 6 demo bits inside, so the remote detonation explosives. Around the track we can see we've got pretty much nothing of interest, although I can see a canister there, so that is pretty good. There's also a boat on that jetty with a couple of canisters. Over on the right we have a that's a propane canister. We have another propane canister in this corner. It looks to be, yep, there is another one of those yachts there, and then we have a huge propane truck there, so it's going to be a case of using the propane trucks to our advantage, although there's only one of them at this stage. I'm going to see how well we can get away with just firing rockets from the get-go, so shall I try that from here? Just out of interest, if I just started to 100% send yeet rockets everywhere, what are we going to get? So we'll go for a quick save and we'll fire that over there, and then we're just going to start firing rockets left, right and centre. Obviously we're going to get a lot of lag immediately simply because of the propane canisters blowing up, but let's just keep firing away here. And obviously I have no idea how many voxels we can destroy from this place, but one thing about Villa Garden is that it is fairly full of stuff, so there's a lot of things in here. Well, there's a propane canister over there. Let's go for that propane canister as well. And obviously we'll have to go through the glass there as well. And there we are. And one more in here because we can. Full send. And let's go with the pipe bombs. So in the kitchen there, obviously the kitchen full of loads of stuff. And sending them over there, that is alright. Put them inside there because I know there's loads of gear in there too. Luckily we are getting a fairly decent rating just off flinging stuff absolutely everywhere, which I didn't expect to get. So already we are on, probably fire those there as well. Yeah, there we are. We'll go for probably some bombs, so just place them along here. Obviously just trying to get as much destruction as absolutely possible, and we are already on a 4-star rating. 5-star. Okay. To say that I am surprised would be the understatement of the century. It seems that in this mode, on this map specifically, planning is something that you really don't have to do. That is genuinely the first time I've attempted it. Well, you could see that. You could see that we've never had any rating on this before. 1,568... No, hang on, what's that? It's 1,005,681 voxels destroyed. We only just managed to get over the million. But we did absolutely no prep. We didn't even get in a vehicle to move it. We didn't move things around. We didn't use the explosions, the demo stuff. So basically that's done. Let's go to main menu. I don't really see any point. It seems like a bit of a damp squib, pardon the pun, to go back and plan it out again to get more score because, well, it's completed. Let's try the Mayhem Up. I'm very tempted to see what would happen if we did the same thing for Marina, but I really don't want to go back and complete Marina within a couple of minutes. When it took us nearly an hour to do it last time. So let's try this. Let's try a similar thing. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to see what I can do. And naturally, I'm going to go to the top of that and just start to launch rockets absolutely everywhere. And if that's all it takes, then that's pretty good. I have a feeling, however, that it's probably not going to be as easy as that. But then again, you don't know. You really don't know. The fun's in finding out, as we've said before. So I'm just going to open up this. Obviously, I'm going to go right to the top. Like previous maps, this is obviously challenge modes, which means that we cannot destroy voxels so much because it'll obviously break things. What I am going to do, though, it will. When I say break things, it will obviously cause us to start to have some issues, because once we get to 1,000, it starts the timer. What you can see, and what I'm going to do here is go around, and I'm cutting out these supports. Just realised there's one of these propane tanks up here, and I want to remove these so I can easily fire rockets over and round. Now I'm hoping that this just slides down like a ring. That's not what happened. If I just cut that off and this off, I may be able to just move it a bit. If I just move it like over there, is that going to start it? We're up to more than I can manage. Okay, this will do. Right, let's give it a go. So rocket, quick save, and start the run. You know what I mean by start the run. Just absolutely launch rockets everywhere. I'm aiming for the propane canisters. Naturally, I may miss some. I think there's one over there. Yes, there's one over there. I think I'm going to miss that. So I'm firing a couple more. Already up to nearly 250,000. Like over 250,000 voxels destroyed, actually. And there's so much stuff in these buildings that sending stuff in there may be worth it. Right, there's that used up. Pipe bombs. Just start flinging them in the greenhouse. Oh, hang on, that's some up here. Oh! Right, okay. What happened there was I flung them and they hit on the side of these. So yeah, that didn't work out. Right, let's try this again. So keep firing. Obviously trying to get all of these propane cylinders as best I can. I'm getting a bit better at launching these rockets, to be honest. I'm just trying to destroy the roof on this one. So then there's a way in. Are there any more propane cylinders? Is that one in there? That might be one back there. Oh no, I think it was one, but no longer. I also notice I've got no ammo count now on this. And there we are, we are now used up. So I'm going to go for the bomb. I'm going to put one down there and land here. And just start placing all across the greenhouse. And then go around, place some there. And then just keep running around. And this is, as I said, untested. You're seeing this as I attempt it. So, is this the way forward? Is planning something... is it a mugs game? As they sometimes often say. I have no idea what sort of destruction we have got in and around this place, and obviously I'm just launching all of these. We're going to get this done, aren't we? We're going to get over 1 million again. This could be the shortest... well, that's going to be bad. That's going to get me killed, I think. This could be one of the shortest challenge modes ever. Yeah, that's over 1 million again, isn't it? Yeah. Why this didn't occur to me at the start, I do not know. Maybe you can't do it on the first ones. Maybe I was just over planning it. But that is 5 stars. 1,183,803. Menu now. So that is Villa Gordon Mayhem maxed. Holorock Mayhem maxed. Let's go for Firstrom map, which is the one where we discovered all of this stuff in the first place. So I guess naturally we want to go for the highest point, which I think up there would be probably the most advantageous position up. Maybe there. That's probably going to be the best way up. So we will do that. I was about to say again, I have a feeling that this is going to be one of the hardest, but looking at what we've just done, Is it? Is it though? Yeah. Obviously, we can attempt a run of just firing rockets, and then we'll change over to perhaps the more difficult one. But quick save, and let's go. One there, over here, and I think there's one. Oh, there's one that bridge, isn't there? No, not that bridge. It's one of the bridges has got a lot of propane underneath it, or at least one propane tank. So I'm just firing at the club, firing at the cars. Looks like my rockets did not reach over the other side for some reason, so I'm just going to keep sending them there until they blow that one up, which they have. There's another propane tank there, so I'll blow that one up. We'll send one inside that garage because I can see a vehicle, and where there's vehicles there are often even more explosions to be made. There's a propane tank inside. I believe this is the propane warehouse, or at least factory anyway, so I'm just going to send them through there. Finishing off our rocket salvos here. And that seems to be that pretty much used up, so I'm going to switch over to our pipe bomb and just start to fling the pipe bombs all over the place like that. And you can see obviously it is destroying pretty much all of the stuff that it lands on, so that is pretty good. And now we are out of pipe bombs. I'll switch over to a bomb, although we've got a lot of stuff that's going to land on us here, so I'm just having to run as fast as I can across the place here, lacing all of the front of these shops with these bombs. Obviously we are completely maxed out with our upgrades and stuff, although I feel that maybe this is what you get as standard anyway. I don't know if the campaign upgrades are something that stick with you in this mode. Bombs are still going off here, and I can't believe it. We're going to get another over 1 million for these challenges, I think, and there it is. Today's beverage was a nice cup of green tea, which I was going to savour, and I was expecting quite a long series of edits and having to go back and forward and work out the different ways to do this. And yes, apparently just 100% send is the way forward. Just launch all the rockets, hit all the propane tanks, make sure you're in a position to obviously get all of those, and we've now completed in probably a quarter of the time that it took us to do the Marina one, Villa Gordon, Hollerock and Forstrom at the maximum rating. So yeah, admittedly the highest score has still been the very first one, the Lee Chemicals, which I would have expected anyway because it's the smallest map with a lot. It's very, very dense. The Marina, certainly the longest to plan, and it's only just over 1 million. Villa Gordon, that is the one that we have the least score on, but it's still over 1 million, so it's still a 5-star rating. Hollerock, we've got more than the Marina, even though it took us a couple of attempts. One of them I blew myself up on the top of that. And then the Forstrom map, it's only just under the Marina, and it took us literally 2 minutes. Right, so that is the challenges for Teardown. What is the takeaway? Well, you can do at least the last 3 of those challenges by just standing on a tall point, or at least one position, and firing all of your rockets at the propane cylinders and all of the vehicles, and then obviously just lobbing all the pipe bombs and the bombs, and you will, if you're lucky, get all of those challenges. Do you need to plan more for the first 2? I would probably say, well, evidence suggests perhaps not. Even though we did the first 2 planned, I think that we may want to try and go back at some point to do those again. I really don't have it in me to check that out, because I'll be very disheartened to think that we spent an hour planning when we could have just launched rockets everywhere. But you know, sometimes that is how it goes. But it has been quite an interesting thing to check out the challenges, and quite fun watching it explode. And the best thing about it is the last 3 there, doing these Villa Gordon, Hollerock and Forstrom ones, it didn't lag out as much as the other 2 because we weren't blowing everything up in one go. So yeah, you can do them like that. There are still the hunted challenges to undertake. Pick up as many tags as possible from randomized positions, avoid the guard helicopter. I'm not going to do that. I don't really have any great interest in that. So I think we will leave it there for these Teardown challenges, and probably for the series. I know I've said that a couple of times, but we've always come back to do either the other 5-star runs to, well, the maximum runs to get the levels increased in the score, and then obviously coming back for the challenges. But there's not much at the moment that I think we can really go for, unless it's going to be some sandbox stuff, which doesn't really interest me at this stage. Either way, I hope you have enjoyed the episode on the series of Teardown overall. Once they have obviously more stuff in the game, more maps, more levels, etc., then we will be going back and checking it out. Either way, I hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings. And that was a surprise.